Rachel, it was a great home weekend for Whitworth women's tennis, victories over Pacific and Linfield. Talk about what you saw this weekend that you're really pleased with, but also what are some areas we can still improve?
Yeah, obviously it feels good to have a couple W's after having a lot of tough competition in our preseason. So this was definitely a good weekend for overall team morale and just getting to see the fruits of the work that they've been doing. Some of the things that went especially well because both Pacific and Linfield have some really talented players, so those are always going to be good W's for us. We competed well, and I feel like I've been saying that word a lot this season. But what I mean is that there were some technical pieces that didn't feel great for a lot of my players this weekend. And even though some of the technical pieces of their games weren't firing on all cylinders, they found a way and kept their head on and stayed focused and just found a different alternative path to victory. That kind of collected mentality is something we've been working on, and across the board, they all did it really well this weekend.
You've had success now, the taste of success. Talk about translating doing well at home to going on the road and playing well and how you do that.
Absolutely. I think that we had a large advantage this weekend being at home on our courts. And so, man, even looking beyond this next weekend, as we play those same schools we had success over this weekend as we play them on their home turf, that's going to be a weekend that we need to really stay frosty because, there are no givens, and travel really impacts each team quite a bit. We're preparing for Lewis and Clark and George Fox this upcoming weekend, and definitely trying to have a balance of recovery with a small team this week, as well as just kind of working out some of those technical issues I mentioned earlier that we saw on court in competition. But really, really doing a good job and trying to focus on taking care of ourselves before we get on the road and doing all of the off-court stuff well so that when it's time to get back out there and compete against Lewis and Clark and Fox, we're ready.
Well, talk about Lewis and Clark and George Fox and teams that we've battled hard with the last few years. Some really close matches. Talk about the challenges they'll present this weekend.
Yeah, I think we, more than most teams, will not underestimate Lewis and Clark. Looking at where they came out in the preseason polls kind of shocked me. I think that they're a really, really strong team, and looking at some of the matches they've already played, they've played a lot of schools from Southern California already, and I think they went 3-0 when they were in Southern California playing really tough schools. So I think that is going to be a match we don't want to look past. I want to prepare for Fox because they historically have been really tough for us too, but we're really trying to have this one-at-a-time mentality as we prepare for the weekend.